Hey everyone, so let's talk about something really interesting that's happening in K-pop right now. It's this whole new wave of appreciation for what fans are calling the B-side king. And honestly, it's a trend that's completely changing the way we think about what success really means for an artist.
So let me just start by asking this, and it might sound a little wild at first, but what if an album's best song isn't the single? You know, the one with the huge, expensive music video? It's a weird thought, but it's pretty much the core idea behind this entire B-side king phenomenon.
Okay, so what exactly do we mean by a B-side king? Well, it's the title fans give to an idol who just absolutely kills it on an album's deep cuts. You know, the songs that aren't the main single. And this isn't just about one or two good songs. It's about an artist who consistently shows their true colors and incredible talent when the spotlight of the title track is off.
And believe me, this isn't some niche term anymore. 2025 has been a total turning point. We're seeing fans digging deep into albums, finding these hidden gems, and celebrating them online. They're basically changing the whole conversation around what makes an album a hit.
To really get what this is all about, we're going to look at 3 specific idols who are the perfect examples of this movement. These are the artists who are proving that sometimes the most amazing stuff is found just below the surface.
So first up, we've got Haechan from NCT. With his latest solo album, he has officially entered his B-side king era, and it has started a huge conversation.
Haechan's situation is so interesting because you see this huge contrast. His solo album, Taste, got amazing reviews. B-sides like Adrenaline and Camera Lights totally blew up on TikTok all on their own. And yet, you still see him being called underrated all the time. It's that exact paradox that really defines what a B-side king is.
And look, this wasn't just fan chatter. We're talking about major publications like The Bias List and Dazed pointing out his unique sound, even saying he's bringing a vocal jazz vibe back into K-pop. When critics start praising the B-sides like that, you know something real is happening.
All right, next up, let's talk about Haechan of Stray Kids, a group that is, massively successful. His story is a perfect example of how B-sides can show us a completely different, much more personal side of an artist. So, while the Stray Kids album, Karma, was this huge commercial success, it was a solo B-side like I Hate to Admit that really got people talking. It's just so different from the group's signature high-energy sound. It's raw, it's emotional, and it's incredibly vulnerable. For fans, it feels like a real window into who he is as a person, outside of the group.
And that really hits the nail on the head. As the Honey Pop put it, it's all about authenticity. For these idols in huge groups, B-sides are this amazing way for them to show us who they are and connect with fans on a whole other level, away from the pressure and expectations of their group's brand.
And for our third and final king, let's talk about DK of 17. For a long time now, fans have called him the group's hidden ace, and his work on their B-sides really shows you why.
When you look at DK's career, it's just so consistent. Whether it's a group B-side like Go that puts a spotlight on his solo potential or his work in musical theater, he just keeps showing off this insane vocal talent. He totally proves that being a B-side king isn't some accident, it's something you build track by track year after year.
Okay, so we've seen the who. Now for the big question, why is this all happening right now? What does this massive fan focus on B-sides tell us about what people really want from their music today?
It really all comes down to this classic battle, spectacle versus substance, right? The industry, for the most part, is focused on the spectacle of title tracks, the crazy choreography, the huge music videos, the push to top the charts. But what fans are showing is that they're craving the substance they find in the B-sides, the raw vocals, the real emotion, and the freedom for artists to try out new styles.
And here's the thing. This isn't just happening on fan accounts and forums anymore. This wave of love for B-sides is getting so big that the mainstream industry is finally being forced to sit up and actually pay attention.
Seriously, this trend has hit a point where you just can't ignore it. What started with fans sharing their favorite deep cuts is now making a real impact on how the mainstream media covers K-pop.
I mean, a perfect example, Teen Vogue put Haechan's B-side, CRZ, on their best music videos of 2025 list. Think about that. A B-side, sitting right there next to all the huge title tracks, that's a massive signal that the old rules are changing, and a great song is a great song, period.
And that really is why being called a B-side king might just be the best compliment an artist can get these days. It means your talent is so powerful, it doesn't need all the fireworks and flashy production to be seen. The music just speaks for itself.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. As fans keep choosing the substance of B-sides over the spectacle of singles, you have to wonder, who's really in charge of an artist's legacy anymore? Is it the charts, or is it the fans who listen to every single song on the album? It kind of feels like the answer is changing right in front of us.